today we're here to present our cost accounting presentation, and as a team we chose the company Singapore Airlines. So Singapore Airlines is a global leader in the flying industry. We know it for its exceptional service, innovation and premium experience. So it has been established in 1972. The airline has consistently set benchmarks in comfort, safety and efficiency. So it operates one of the youngest fleets in the world, connecting over 130 destinations in 6 different continents. So the key highlights include award-winning cabin crew, luxurious cabins, and focus on sustainability through fuel efficiency, aircraft, and carbon offset programs. So Singapore Airlines also created the first non-stop flight between Singapore and New York. With its unwavering commitment to quality, the airline has earned countless accolades, including the world's best airlines. Last year, they demonstrated remarkable financial performances with a total revenue of 19 billion in the fiscal year ending 31 March 2024, which is a 7% increase from last year. However, during COVID, they had a drastic loss of 3.19 billion between 2020 and 2021. But in this video, we'll go over the different cost accounting aspects of the airline, Singapore Airlines, by studying the cost breakdown, revenues, and also the comparison with Scoot Airlines and a general role for cost and management and accounting for airlines.
Go.
Okay, now we're going to talk about the cost breakdown. So we have the fixed costs, which are the aircraft acquisitions, crew salaries, maintenance, and airport fees. So cost accounting helps us allocate these fixed costs across various operations to better understand the cost per route, per seat, or per service. We have also the variable costs, which are the fuel, the catering, and handling fees. We have the direct costs, which are the flight wages and in-flight services. So this helps us identify the profitability at the route and identify the cost to specific revenue streams. And finally, we have the indirect costs, which are the administrative expenses, training program, and advertising. So now we're going to compare numbers between Singapore Airlines and Scoot, which is a subsidiary of Singapore Airlines. So in the first quarter of 2023-2024, Singapore Airlines achieved an operating profit of $738 million, whereas Scoot achieved in the same time an operating profit of $24 million. Now for the passenger load factor, the PLF, and the revenue per available seat kilometer, the RASK. So in the second quarter, Singapore Airlines achieved a PLF of 86.4% and a RASK of 9.8 cents per available seat kilometer, whereas Scoot achieved a PLF of 89% and a RASK of 5.7 cents per available seat kilometer. Finally, for the passenger carriage in the third quarter, Singapore Airlines and Scoot collectively transported 9.5 million passengers, reflecting to a 29.4% year-on-year increase. Thank you.
Okay, so after this cost breakdown, we'll better understand Singapore Airlines by going over the porter's generic strategies. So first, how does Singapore Airlines differentiate itself from competitors? So what they do is that they spend most of their capital towards differentiation by quality. So there are different ways that they do that. They focus on premium service, brand recognition, reputation and luxury. So an example of that is that they offer luxury cabins to first-class customers with excellent staff and exceptional customer service and top-of-the-line in-flight tech. They go through a high selection for staff. So one year where there was 16,000 applicants, they only accepted 500 to 600 employees. So this illustrates how much Singapore Airlines cares for its customer experience. They also invest in modern planes and premium suppliers for the best customer experience. And so they target high income and business travelers who seek the best experience. As opposed to Scoot, which they primarily prioritize affordability and operational efficiency, and they target middle to low income individuals who seek conveniency. Right, so as for the cost leadership and cost control strategy, so Singapore Airlines, as I mentioned earlier, focuses on customer experience with excellent staff. In terms of operational efficiency, Singapore Airlines outperforms its peers with their modern fleet, so that they've invested heavily in a modern fleet, and now they're able to reduce maintenance and fuel costs because the planes are more modern, so they require less maintenance. They also put a big emphasis on sustainability and innovation. So they reduce their carbon emissions and they leverage digital technologies. They're also part of a strategic partner, the Star Alliance, which is 25 members of the biggest airlines such as Lufthansa and Turkish Airlines, in which they're able to benefit from marketing and deals, etc. So Singapore Airlines' competitive advantage is that they create and sustain superior performance while still being profitable by targeting high-income consumers. So in conclusion, Lawrence had mentioned in the introduction that Singapore Airlines made a big loss as any airline during COVID, where they lost about 3.19 billion. But Singapore Airlines, in comparison to the other airlines, was able to recover much better by making cooperative initiatives with liquidity through convertible bonds to shareholders, in which they were able to reinstate previously laid off employees and capitalize on the increased demand for travel as soon as the COVID restrictions were lifted. So in a general sense, to maximize profit, Singapore Airlines leveraged cost accounting to accurately allocate and track both direct and indirect costs across its operations, enabling better pricing decisions and resource allocation.